Thank you, Ben. Well, what's for dinner tonight? Would you take sugar and pour it all over your meal or add chemicals that are linked to causing cancer? Of course not. But when you watch this next story, you may lose your appetite over the foods in your pantry and fridge right now with unwanted, hidden ingredients.
Walk into your neighborhood grocery store. The shelves are stocked full. You get to pick anything you want to buy, and cashiers bag your purchase. Food you will feed your family. It all sounds so good and healthy, but
marketing can be deceptive, and that's why we need to encourage our people to read their labels.
Nutrition consultant Lorraine Robinson of Alive Again fears we have allowed marketing, the pretty food packaging and its claims of health benefits, to blind us to the hidden ingredients inside.
Just preservatives. You know, these things are preserved to stay longer, to stay fresher longer.
In farm-raised salmon, a dye to make the fish more visually appealing.
And then they are fed a colorant called annitto to make their flesh turn pink.
In deli meats, to preserve color, prevent fats from going rancid, and stop bacteria from growing, nitrates and nitrites are added.
Scientists have actually concluded it's not if they will cause cancer, it's how much cancer will they cause.
USC professor of epidemiology, Dr. James A. Baer, is director of the university's Cancer Prevention and Control Program. He adds that what's found in here and in animal food in general causes inflammation in the body.
Inflammation accounts for probably around 75% of all American healthcare problems. So, for example, diabetes is an inflammatory-related condition. Heart disease has its root in inflammation with foam cell formation. A lot of cancers are inflammation-related.
And way up on the list of those inflammatory compounds, sugar. Most of us would never call these treats and desserts healthy. We expect sugar in them. But experts say of the 600,000 items found in groceries, 80% have some form of sugar in them. Take yogurt, for example. And we're not talking just a spoonful of sugar.
I think it's shocking because when you flip the label, it contains 33 grams of sugar.
Per serving.
Per serving. Which is, so some of these brands of yogurts, it's like sitting down and eating 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream.
In fact, there's more sugar in this little serving size of children's yogurt than in a 12-ounce can of Coke.
When you're young, you can do it, and the pancreas is a marvelous thing, you know, because we indulge in that way all the time. But, you know, at some point, it just starts crapping out. It just doesn't work.
When picking your foods, you have to be a bit of an investigator because sugar is disguised under multiple names.
So in this specific brand, we have sugar listed 11 times. So it is 10 grams of sugar, which again puts a lot of extra pressure on our pancreas to secrete insulin.
We expect sugar in Chocolate Toast Crunch cereal. It has 9 grams of sugar in a 3/4 cup serving and only 2 grams of protein. So you may choose something that appears healthier, like this cherry almond pecan multigrain cereal with granola clusters of hearty multigrain flakes, cherries, almonds, and pecans. But a closer look at the numbers shows there are 15 grams of sugar in a small 3/4 cup serving. For years, the focus has been on getting fat out of your diet. But when fat is taken out, it's usually replaced with sugar. Perfect example, fat-free milk. It has more grams of sugar in it than regular milk. No wonder people can't figure out why they gain weight.
What happens when people eat sugar, eat very simple carbohydrate, their body makes fat. In fact, you can make fat much more effectively from sugar than you can from fat.
If your dinner tonight includes a marinara sauce, buyer beware. The average is 11 grams of sugar in just half a cup.
People need to take note. There is sugar in everything. So here you are preparing your meat sauce and your pasta, and you're adding a whole bunch of sugar to that.
So if you're eating a lot of that marinara sauce, and it's got tablespoons full of sugar in it, you're putting a tremendous demand on your physiology.
So what can you eat? There are plenty of products available with little to even no sugar added. It may just be a game of hide and seek. Reading labels shows you this can of fruit, unlike others, does not have added sugar. Bakery breads offer options without preservatives and copious amounts of sugar. There are crackers full of whole grain and fiber, but no preservatives, chemicals, or sugars. Pasteurized juice increases the sugar content. So instead of drinking an 8-ounce glass with 36 grams of sugar, take a couple ounces and add it to sparkling water. Old-fashioned oatmeal contains no sugar, much different than the instant packets with 14 grams per serving. Uncle Sam's cereal has less than 1 gram of sugar, and it offers 7 grams of protein. There is far less sugar in mustard than in ketchup. Sugar is the main ingredient in this classic Catalina dressing, 8 grams in just 2 tablespoons. So choose an apple cider vinegar, and you can add your own herbs, ginger, and garlic. And you can't go wrong with plant-based whole foods. Any sugar in these is natural, and the body's able to break it down.
You'll feel better in your body, and when you feel better in your body, you move differently. Things that were more difficult or tedious or cumbersome become easier. Yeah. So it's very powerful stuff, and I think people don't give food that kind of credit. It's very important to understand that it just makes a huge difference in how you feel.
Yeah, and Judy, if you talk to a lot of people who completely take out sugar or try to take out as much sugar as they can, they do say they feel so much better. What makes it so tough is when you go and you look at a product, and it's not just the word sugar, but as I mentioned, there are all these different
names. Yeah.
These are just 56 names for sugar. And of course you would know, like I'm sure you're familiar with high fructose corn syrup, which we know to be very bad. But you know, there are other names on here. I mean, what is that? Galactose? If you
that
saw
you'd never
that,
even heard of, that you wouldn't know about.
And
exactly.
if you saw that on the panel for ingredients, would you necessarily know, oh, I'm just eating all these sugars?
No idea.
So some of these others, fruit juice, we think of fruit juice as a good thing, but again, it's adding sugar calories in a food. And so you have to look at how many of these, do you have? Look at number 5 there.
Number 5 butter red syrup?
Buttered syrup.
Oh, buttered syrup.
Buttered syrup.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, here's the sorbitol at number 50 there. Yellow sugar, number 56. And then don't forget here on
malt
the very
syrup.
bottom. Yeah, malt syrup. We just have like number 37 here. Malt alone is adding those sugar calories. And then the bonus, the fake sugars, Splenda and aspartame.
Boy,
so
reading labels.
Chemicals too. Yeah.
Break down all the mystery.
Read your labels. But again, I wanted to show at the end of that story that there are alternatives. Like the little instant oatmeal packs are full of sugar, but if you just use old-fashioned oats, no sugar and very healthy.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Old school.
Always get an A that way. Great report. Thank you, Dawndy.